Yeah. Fab.
Fantastic. Right, good morning everybody, all the Claires, and welcome. Thank you to one particular Claire for organising this meeting today. We just want to share with you what support is available to our Yorkshire Water customers. My name's Caroline and my colleague Joanne.
Okay, just bear with me. Okay, so the aim of today is for us to give you our awareness presentation regarding what help and support is available to our Yorkshire Water customers, so they can maybe look at reducing their yearly charges and their debts with us. And all you need to do, if you have a conversation with our customers, is either give them our contact telephone number, which we'll provide later on in the presentation, or you can direct them to our Help to Pay section on our website. Now, we've got lots of ways to help make bills more affordable and even support those who are experiencing financial hardship. We understand some of our customers do struggle to pay their bills or even maintain a payment plan. Even more so now in this current climate, we know that there's customers living out there in poverty. Now, we already offer these schemes and tariffs to our customers, and due to COVID-19, we have seen an increase in customer applications, as some of our customers may have been furloughed, made redundant, or are simply struggling even more now to pay. Now, we know when a customer contacts us directly, we can have a great conversation with them and get them on the right scheme or tariff for their needs. But we also have customers who simply don't engage with us, or we struggle to identify them, but they may engage with organisations like yourselves, and therefore they could be missing out on more affordable options to them.
Okay, so all the schemes come with a payment plan, and that can be weekly, monthly, fortnightly, 4-weekly or quarterly. And also just to point out and make you aware, it might be possible to have more than one scheme running at the same time. So just be aware of that. We'll go into that more near the end. We will have questions at the end. So if you've got any questions, store them up and we'll have a question and answer session at the end. So we're going to talk about water meters. So if you've got more bedrooms than people, you could be making a saving, and there's 2 years to trial it.
Then we've got the water support tariff. So this is available to any of our customers who have an annual bill over £430 and on a low income.
The water short tariff. So this is for customers on water meters that are using lots of water. They need to be in receipt of an income-based benefit and have either a medical condition or 3+ dependent children.
Then we've got the community trust. So this is for our customers who have water arrears between £50 to £2,000, along with other priority debts outstanding.
Water direct. So this is for customers with water arrears over £75, and they need to be in receipt of a deductible benefit.
Then we've got the priority services. So this is an additional free service to help customers who may need some extra support.
And the resolve scheme. So this is for customers with over 12 months worth of arrears with us, and it's an aim to get them debt free.
And then we've got the water savers. So these are free efficiency packs and products for the home, and we will show you how you can access these.
Right, so we'll start with water meters. So we like to offer our customers a choice, if possible, how they charge for the supply. And for some people, going on a meter could be a better option and save them some money. Good rule of thumb is if you've got more bedrooms than people, a water meter could be better for you. And as you can see on this slide, this is an estimate of how much Yorkshire Water think a typical family makeup may use according to the number of people living there. So just to give you a few examples, there I am, look, Billy no mates, living on my own. Last year I paid 192 on a water meter for my water. Jo's part of a couple and she paid £252 for the year. And our colleague Craig, he's in the full house bracket, the other end of the scale. He's on a meter and his total bill for the year was £588. So that's just a few examples. Water meters are installed free of charge. They can take up to 90 days from the date they're applied for to be fitted. It's usually a lot sooner. We did have a backlog due to the pandemic, but now we're back on track. Most meters are fitted with an automatic reader. So this means they can be read remotely. The meter reader can be outside the property and it's got a handheld device and they can get a reading from outside. Meters are mostly fitted inside the property if possible. Under the kitchen sink is a usual place where the stop tap is. And as you can see from this picture, they're not very big, so they don't take up loads of room. Sometimes though, due to pipe work or other issues, it may be necessary to put the meter outside the property. It's really up to the technician on the day that the appointment is to decide where the meter goes. And sometimes they may need to make a further appointment. Now, if for any reason we can't fit a meter at all, we can offer customers a different way of being charged. It's called an assessed charge. So for instance, a single occupier of any property will currently be charged on assessed charge a fixed amount of £243 for the year. If there are more than 2 people living at the property, those assessed charges are based on the type of property that people live in. So there are different set amounts for flats, for terraces, for semi-detached and detached houses. Water meters record in cubic meters, and a cubic meter is 1,000 litres of water. So if you're knocking on a bit like me, in old money, that's 220 gallons, makes more sense to me. And at the moment, that cubic meter will cost you £1.39. And that's going to make you 3,300 cups of lovely Yorkshire tea, or fill the average bath 11 times. So customers on meters are charged for how much water they're using, plus sewerage and standing charges. If you do apply for a meter, customers can usually go to our free live chat service on our website, but that's been suspended due to the pandemic at the moment. You can still go on there and get a free call back. So that means that somebody will call you back at a date and time that's convenient to yourself, or you could just ring the customer services team to get an appointment. And hopefully those live chats will be back soon. Customers who choose to apply for a water meter have got 2 years to change their mind. So they can trial it. And if at any point within that 2-year period, they can revert back to the previous way that they were charged. So if they decide it's not for them, or they're not saving any money, they can revert back. Yorkshire Water will also monitor that account for the year and make sure that a customer is making savings. And if they're not, they will inform them of that. Customers who do decide to revert back, they go back to the previous way that they paid, but the meter stays where it is. And the next occupier of that property will be billed on that water meter.
Okay, so now we've got the water support tariff. So water support is a tariff that we introduced in 2015 to help customers reduce their annual water charges. And we currently have over 27,000 customers already benefiting from water support. So who qualifies for the tariff? Customers need to be in receipt of a low household income, and their yearly charges for this current year have to be over £430. And what water support will do is reduce their annual bill to a set amount of £408.87, and Yorkshire Water will bill this quarterly at £102.22 per quarter. So to see if the tariff is applicable, we take into account the number of people living at the property and the total net household income. Now, there are 4 benefits that we do not take into account when we're working out the household income, and those are the child benefit, the personal independent payment, the disability living allowance, and the attendance allowance. Now, we have a criteria for different family makeups, so it does differ from single occupants to couples to single parents with children to couples with children to just purely adults. Now, we do not share the yearly criteria with our customers, as proof of all income may not be received with their application. And customers who apply to go onto water support have to also verify their income by sending in proof to us, along with a completed form. Now, water support is available to any of our customers, whether they pay on metered or unmetered charges, as long as that yearly bill is over £430. And if a metered customer goes on to water support, we will still read their water meter for the 12-month period. And if after 12 months, we'll compare to see if they've made a saving. So if they haven't made a saving by being on this tariff, so it was cheaper for us to bill them on their actual consumption, we'll take them off the tariff and rebuild them if that's going to be a cheaper option for them. So metered customers who are high users of water have got nothing to lose by trialling this tariff. Now, the water support accounts are reviewed every year, unless a customer contacts us in the meantime to advise us that they've had a change in circumstances. And unfortunately, customers who have savings over £16,000 will not qualify for water support.
Right, next one, ladies, is Water Shore. So Water Shore's a government-backed tariff. It's backed by DEFRA. So that stands for the Department of Environmental, Food and Rural Affairs. And at the moment, we've got over 9,000 customers on this tariff. To qualify for Water Shore, customers need to be on a water meter and using a lot of water. So what does that mean? It means that typically the quarterly bills need to be over £102 a quarter. They also need to be in receipt of an income-based benefit. As well as this, they can either have 3 or more dependent children under the age of 19 that they're getting child benefit for, or Yorkshire Water will consider any medical condition that requires the use of excessive water. So you've got obvious ones like psoriasis, eczema, incontinence, but there are more obscure ones that you might not think of: autism, OCD, dementia and Parkinson's disease. And it doesn't have to be the bill payer that has the condition. It just needs to be somebody that permanently lives at that property. So what's classed as an income-based benefit? There you've got your list. So any one of those benefits, customers can apply for Water Shore. Just to point out, the child tax credits has got 2 elements. If a customer only gets the family element, unfortunately, they can't apply for Water Shore. They do need to get both elements to be able to apply. When customers go on the Water Shore tariff, again, Yorkshire Water still read the meter. And if at the end of the 12 months, we compare, and if they haven't made a saving, we would take them off the tariff. If it's going to be cheaper for them to on their actual usage, we take them off the tariff and we rebuild them. And if they've got a credit, they will get that back. Like water support as well, it's renewed every year. Customers who go on the tariff for a medical reason, they wouldn't need to prove the condition every year if that condition is never going to improve. So we wouldn't ask them year in, year out if it's never going to get any better. We would just need them to send verification of the income-based benefit. Customers who apply for family reasons, they would need to send verification every year. So the quarterly bills are capped at £102.22 a quarter, which is £408.87 every year. But payments can be made any way they like. They can do it weekly, fortnightly, monthly, or even quarterly if they want to. And the payment methods, they can set up a direct debit, set up a standing order, they can have a payment card, they can do it by phone or even online.
So now we've got the Community Trust. The Yorkshire Water's Community Trust is a charity. They have an independent board of trustees who are nothing to do with us at Yorkshire Water. They have a pot of money which is funded by CELDA, and CELDA is Yorkshire Water's governing body. And the trust helps our customers who have water arrears between £50 to £2,000, along with one other priority debt over £50. So what do the trust class as a priority debt? They will class rent, mortgage, council tax, gas, electricity and HMRC income tax. So if a customer doesn't have one of the priority debts mentioned, their application could be rejected. And the maximum payment the trust currently pay to clear customers' arrears is set at £750. Now, the trust is there to assist customers who are struggling to pay and who have financial hardship. If a customer has a successful trust application, they cannot reapply to the trust for further funding for 2 years. They can do this twice. Then after that, it would be every 5 years that they'll be able to submit an application to the trust. So I'll just give you some stats for last year. CELDA put £900,000 in the pot. They received 2,425 applications, to which 2,108 of those were actually successful. So that gave an 87% success rate. And when the trust had paid out on all successful applications, they were left with £1.92 in the pot for that financial year. Now, when applying to the trust, a 4-page application form does need to be completed and returned directly to them, along with proof of their income and proof of their priority debts only. Now, the trust have just changed the way that they allocate payments on customers' water accounts. So the trust only meet every quarter. So if a customer had got an application in just after that quarterly meeting, that customer would normally have to sit and wait 3 months for a decision. The way the trust work it now is as soon as that application comes in, if that customer is going to get an award on their water account, the award will be put on the same day that the application's received. So the customers don't have to wait that 3 months till the next trust meeting.
Right, the next one then is Water Direct. So Water Direct, to qualify for Water Direct, customers need to have water arrears over £75. And they also need to be in receipt of a deductible income-based benefit. And there you've got your list of the benefits that we can deduct from. We've currently got 26,500 customers on Water Direct. It's a very popular one for people that are on those benefits. So it helps customers maintain regular payments, and it contributes both towards their arrears and the current year's charges. So Yorkshire Water can arrange for the Department of Work and Pensions to deduct a fixed amount directly from the benefit before they get it. So that ongoing amount is based on the customer's unique current yearly water charges. So we divide that by 52 weeks, then we add on £3.75 for the arrears. The only one that is different, would you believe, is universal credits. So when we apply for deductions from universal credits, we give them, like we do everybody else, the total balance outstanding, the amount to deduct, but it's at their discretion whether they take more than the £3.75. And in some cases, they tend to take more than the £3.75 for the arrears figure. It's something that we've got no control of, but it is worth knowing about. So the customers, it takes the onus off them to pay the bill themselves. And having it taken directly, it stops any further recovery action. So if we were due to issue court proceedings against somebody, if they went on Water Direct, that wouldn't happen. So we don't hassle them with letters and things.
Okay, so the next one that we've got is priority services. So priority services is an additional free service that we offer our customers, and we currently have over 70,000 customers already signed up and using this service. And I don't know if you're aware, but all energy providers also offer a free priority services register. And all our customers need to do to register is go to our website at www.yorkshirewater.com. The priority services application is on the front page of our website. Or if customers don't have access to the internet, they can give us a call on our free phone number, and the operator will discuss possibly what services they require. So priority services is broken down into three categories. We've got communication, welfare, and supply needs. So communication, this is how we communicate with our customers. So we may have customers, for example, who have sight problems. So they may require large print, braille, or audio documentation. Other customers may want an early warning about pre-planned work in their area, and we can send out postcards informing them of these works. Next, we have welfare. So this is for the well-being and welfare of our customers. Some of our customers may want to put a password on their account, or even maybe set up a nominee to deal with their affairs. Other customers who are billed on water meters may require their meter reading more often. And we can also organise a personal visit from a Yorkshire Water representative if there's a major incident in the customer's immediate area. And the last category that we've got is supply needs. So this is for our customers who need a constant supply of water to their homes. Maybe a home dialysis patient or families with children under 5 years old. If they sign up for the bottled water delivery service, if we do have to interrupt their supply, we will make sure free bottled water is delivered. Now, these are just a few of the services that we offer on priority services. Customers are also not limited to how many of these free services that they can have. So it's not one per household. If they want maybe 4, 5, 6 of these services running at the same time, then they can do so.
Right, the last scheme that we're going to discuss then is called Resolve. So this does what it says on the tin. So Resolve can help customers that are struggling to catch up with arrears from previous water bills. So it could be somebody who hasn't paid the water account for a long time, many years, or it could be somebody who's just had a change in circumstances. They've always paid as before, but somebody's maybe left the property or lost the job, and the income to that household has become reduced. And the aim of the scheme is for customers to become debt-free, so we can get them back into the habit of paying their ongoing charges at an amount that they can actually afford. So we agree regular payments with them for a year. To qualify, customers need to be struggling to pay and experiencing financial difficulties. So they need to have water arrears that are over 12 months old. Resolve is a one-off payment scheme. Customers are only going to be offered the scheme once, and if they fail the scheme, it won't be offered again. Once it's completed, it can't be an option then further down the line. Last year, 6,500 customers managed to complete Resolve and become debt-free, which is great. So as customers make the payments, we put rewards towards their arrears and we add them to their account. We do this every quarter. We do need full income and expenditure so we can assess the customer's situation. And the payments for Resolve are calculated on the customer's current yearly water charges. So we divide that by 52 weeks, get the weekly amount, and then we add on £3.75 for the arrears. Now, in this case, the £3.75 is negotiable. So when the income and expenditure form comes into the office, if it's apparent that that customer simply can't afford that extra £3.75, the people in the office, they use the discretion, they assess each individual case. And if they think that customer can't afford that actual extra £3.75, they will only set the payment plan at the yearly charge divided by 52 weeks. Once they go on the scheme, if the payments are made for 13 weeks, we write to the customer and say, well done, you've paid X amount of pounds, we've written off the same amount, so you've now got a reduced balance. After another 13 weeks, we do the same again, and if they do the payments for a year, without it failing, whatever the balance was at the beginning, it gets written off and they have a nil balance. So to start off with a nil balance, customers that are on a water meter, they would then start paying when the next quarterly bill is due. Customers that are not on a meter, they would start to be charged the day after they complete the scheme. So if they completed it on the 4th of March, the charges would start from the 5th of March. And hopefully they will then continue to pay and the amounts will be more or less what they used to be paying. Preferred payment for Resolve is by standing order for obvious reasons, but other payments methods, they can have a payment card where they can go to the post office and pay for free or PayPoint. They can pay by debit card online, they could do it by phone. And just because it's worked out weekly, they don't have to pay it weekly. They can pay it weekly, fortnightly, monthly or 4 weekly. We will set them a payment plan, send that out to them, and it's got the payment amounts and the dates that the payments are due. Unfortunately, the only way they can't pay is by direct debit. And that's only because direct debit calculates on a full balance outstanding, and this scheme is just on that 1 year's charges.
Okay, so now we've got your water savers. So everybody likes a freebie, and we've currently got 2 packs available from our website, and it is 1 pack per household. We have a water saving pack. This is a really good pack for metered properties, as the items in this pack will save money. And we also have an anti-blockage pack. So we'll just quickly run through the items in each pack for you. So in the water saving pack, the first item in here is a leaky loo toilet leak detection strip. Now, this is really good to use if you think that you've got a leak on your toilet. The strip fits inside the toilet bowl. If after 3 hours the strip remains unchanged, that's great news, there's no leak. But if the strip dissolves or the wording becomes blurred, you have a leak. And being on a water meter, we will be charging you for all that water that's running around your toilet. So it is in customers' best interest to get leaks on toilets fixed. The next item that we've got in this pack is a Saver Flush system bag. Now, this is a sealed bag that goes inside the toilet system, and it will save between 1 to 2 litres per flush. The third item is a shower regulator. So this screws onto the shower hose and it's designed to regulate the water flow, which will save water and money. The fourth item, a tap insert. So these screw onto the bathroom taps to reduce the flow rate from 10 to 5 litres per minute. And the last item is a 4-minute shower timer. So this helps reduce water usage, challenging you to cut down on time spent in the shower. And if you've got any teenage kids living at home, it's a great little gadget to give them so they don't spend hours in the shower.
And all the best of British with that one. Right, onto the glamorous anti-blockage packs then. So, hair catchers. So if you're one of these people that when you're in the shower, you're poddling about in your own water because there's more hair in the plug hole than you've actually got on your head, the hair catcher is a good little gadget. So it's basically a little silver disc. It goes over your bathroom plug hole. That nice little blue flower goes over the top with little suction pads on, and it stops all that hair getting down your plug hole, and you don't have to get your tweezers out at a later date to get it sorted. The next item is the gunk pot. So it's a little collapsible blue pot. If you're cooking with fats and oils, pour it into this instead of it going down the sink. When it's solidified, there's a little scraper, you can scrape it out and chuck it in the bin. You also get a silver disc with this one for your kitchen sink. So if you're old-fashioned like me, and wash up in a bowl and not in a machine. If you've got any escapee peas or carrots in your washing up water, you can capture them in the little silver disc. And finally, here we've got the issue we've all been talking about. It's the box of bags for wipes. So basically, Yorkshire Water are saying, we don't want wipes in our pipes, everybody. Can you stop putting them there? So all these ones that say that they're flushable, they're not. So they're solidifying and causing awful problems in sewage pipes. You can imagine, it's just like big dense blocks, horrible. So this is just a little gimmick. Send for the box of bags for wipes, and instead of putting them down the toilet, put them in the bag, or just put them in the bin. If you don't use wipes and you've got a dog, apparently they're not bad poo bags either, so they're quite useful.
Okay, so we're just going to give you a quick recap on what we spoke to you about today.
So water meters, if you've got more bedrooms than people, you could be making a saving and you've got 2 years to change your mind.
Then the water support tariff available to any of our customers who've got an annual bill over £430 and on a low income.
Water Shore, so customers on a water meter using lots of water, getting that income-based benefit, and have either got a medical reason or 3+ dependent children.
Then the community trust, so that's for customers with water arrears between £50 to £2,000, along with other priority debts outstanding.
Water Direct, so this is for customers with water arrears over £70, £5 even, and in receipt of a deductible benefit.
Then we've got your priority services, which is an additional free service to help customers who need some extra support.
And the Resolve scheme, so customers with over 12 months worth of arrears on a low income, let's get them debt free.
And then your water savers, so those are just the free efficiency packs and products for the home. So how do you contact us? Everything that we've spoke to you about today is available for you to view under our Help to Pay section on our website. And here you can download all the application forms for each support scheme or tariff. You can give our customer services team a call on the 0345 number and they will direct you to the relevant department you need to speak to for the particular scheme or tariff that you're applying for. You can write to us at our PO box address in Bradford. On our website, you can request a free callback, usually chat with us live online, however that live chat is currently suspended. If you know what tweeting's about, you can tweet us, and we're also available on Facebook and Instagram.
Right, so that's it, ladies. That's the end of the presentation. Hope it's been useful. This is just a quick guide that we've made at the end. So it's just a couple of lines for each scheme, so that if you were talking to somebody, you could maybe refer to it and it might jog your memory as what you could possibly do. And like I said right at the beginning, just be aware that you might be able to do more than one thing for one customer. So if, for example, you've got a customer who's not on a water meter, the yearly bill's like £600 for the year, they're getting job seekers allowance and they've already got arrears with us, and they've got rent arrears, say, as well. So what you could do with that customer is put them on a water meter straight away. So that's going to reduce immediately future annual charges. So the bills are going to go down straight away. Then you could also apply to Water Direct. So that's going to control the arrears and the current year's charges, taking the onus off them to make the payments themselves. And then for their old water arrears and the rent arrears, you could apply to the trust as well. So you could actually do 3 things for that one customer. So that's just something to bear in mind. The only 2 you can't mix is Resolve and Trust. So if you're on Resolve, you can't apply to the trust at the same time and vice versa. Not to say that you can't do it at separate times, but those are the only 2 that can't mix. So we do hope that's been useful for you ladies on a Friday morning. Any questions?
Any questions?
I think just on behalf of everybody, I think that was fantastic. Thank you very much, Joanne and Caroline. I have learnt loads and smiled throughout. So thank you very much. And I'm applying for a pack so that I can help my teenage daughters know that a 20-minute shower is unacceptable. Yeah, because they're not listening to me. So thank you very much. Shall we just tip off the recording if that's all right, Joanne, and then we can go to any personal questions? That would be great.